Hello and welcome back. Delve with me yet again into the Shattered Isles. This is the Session 4 Abridged version. Alright, so when we left off, our heroes were in an illusionary mansion, the estate house of Poe Lance, and they just got finished fighting a poodle bear. It looked like a poodle, but it was actually a bear. And as they continue on in the house, they continue to see ghostly figures. They seem to find some parent looking ones in the one bedroom, and since they're locked in, this is when Mim decided to make a hasty retreat. And what he did is he climbed up the chimney in the bedroom to get onto the roof. Very unexpected and unorthodox, but it's all good. Anyways, so they continue on, and this is when they come face to face with the woman of the house who's running it, Lartola. She's the elvish woman who casts all the illusionary magic, and when they step inside, she's very cryptic, and she actually seals the door behind them, and it ends up that it's just Dandy in the room face to face with her while she tells the story of Charles, the love of her life, the bard who wrote the pickle song that I mentioned in the previous episode, and they're trapped there, and Mim manages to break in, but her powers are much too great for them to face head on, and ultimately they come down to an agreement where they offer to search for Charles to find him, and as insurance, she brands Dandy with a tattoo with some embedded magic that he's not sure about until he finds out about much later, and they decided that the tattoo needed to be Hatchet Man from ICP, which who knows. But anyways, so while they're in there, they also found the ingredients needed to help out the pickle shop. So they go and get the ingredients and help out the pickle shop, and they do some testing there, and they end up with the perfect pickle. So essentially solving this town's hunger problems. I mean, if they're content enough with eating pickles for the rest of their lives, because they have an endless supply. But it's unknown how he'll take to having an unlimited supply of a good in a starving town. And then they move on, go back to the inn for a night's rest, where they meet Gregory. And Gregory seems to be a pretty interesting character. And upon later discovery, his room is filled with rats, just giant rats, swarms of rats everywhere. They seem to be mostly friendly. I believe Dandy's cast Speak with Animals, because as you'll come to find, Dandy tends to cast Speak with Animals pretty much any time he can. So they cast Speaks with Animals, and they're able to calm the situation down before they're attacked by rats, and then they appeal to Gregory in the fact that the bandits wouldn't take him, and they recruit him to fight for them. So the next time the bandits come to town to trade their goods at just insane prices to just extort the town of all their money, they'll have Gregory by their side. And then this is when Harley rolls in. The two horses come galloping up. The wagon behind them is very unorthodox. It has the wheel in the front and the back. It seems like it would be just insane to control, and but he manages to do it, and he comes rolling off, and he's a pretty well equipped dwarf, and he has some goons with riding their wagons shortly behind them, and this is when they start to challenge. But before the battle can start, it seems as though Harley recognizes Mim. This is pretty surprising to everyone, and it's discovered that they share a tattoo from Mim's past, and this isn't enough to stop the battle from waging on. And Gregory comes out with his rats, and he's the front line for the battle, and he ends up sacrificing a lot of his rats, and even sacrificing himself to protect the group, to fight for the town, to defend his honor, to prove his worth, that he should have been a part of the bandits. And Harley's pretty convinced. He convinces them that he's not this bandit they speak of. He's just trying to help the town, but he's also trying to help himself. So he's the one who has the trade route established, and after all of his goons fall, they are able to persuade him to take him. They persuade Harley to take their group back to his camp. And I think that's where it ends up. All right. So join me next time on the Shattered Isles.